I've said it before multiple times. I don't prefer experiences over games because a game usually just does it better. There's just nothing more satisfying to me than having great gameplay while being able to go anywhere, see anything, or do anything you never imagined you would ever get to do. With Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown VR missions, you'll get both a game as well as an experience to remember, but there's a price to pay. Let's go ahead and get the biggest negative out of the way. We were left with only 3 VR missions and a couple other modes. With these 3 mere stages, however, they managed to create enough for me to log a total of about 10 hours starting on easy and completing all the way through Ace difficulty. And throughout this playthrough were some of the best experiences I've ever had in VR. It starts with the presentation of everything. You'll immediately notice all of the devices and knobs are detailed in the cockpit, the reflection of the sun off the ocean's surface looks polished, and flying through clouds can build up condensation, dirt, or even ice, where I oftentimes found myself completely ignoring the battle going on around me just to see it again. All of it just looks really good.
Stall warning. Icing. Caution, missile.
The sound design is exceptional as well. Everything from the roaring of the engines firing up to the sound of jets or missiles just barely zipping by greatly add to the immersion and make every near miss feel even more intense. I eventually got tired of hearing the voice acting repeat, so did turn it off later on. But the soundtrack is as good as it's always been, with some of the same signature tracks being remastered, but this time even throwing a little rock into the mix. It supports both the DualShock 4 as well as the HOTAS. The controls are fine with the DualShock, but after using the HOTAS, it was like I forgot I ever played an Ace Combat title with a controller. It's not only the best way to play, it's the best gameplay using the HOTAS I've experienced to date, and quite frankly, the level of immersion and fun it added has made it impossible for me to go back. On top of the missions, there's a free flight mode which lets you casually fly around. There are some issues with this mode though. Each stage looks great, but I really wish there was more structures to perform more stunts. They really missed an opportunity by not having more buildings or towers to fly around. There's also a timer, so after 10 minutes, you'll be returned to the menu. If it didn't look as good as it does, it would mostly be a waste. Another mode is the air show that lets you choose different spots on an aircraft carrier and select different stunts you can observe be performed. This might be interesting to show off to guests, but it doesn't have nearly the awesome experience that flying does.
Missile.
Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown brings a true next-gen experience to PSVR. It's the kind of AAA experience that shows how bright the future is. If you plan to play this on flat screen as well, then it's a no-brainer. Get it immediately. If you're only interested in the VR portion and have a HOTAS, then you need to grab this game as soon as it goes on any kind of sale. It's the best game with the HOTAS, has 4 different planes and difficulties to unlock, as well as weapons for each jet, and delivers an unforgettable experience that everyone with a PSVR deserves to try.
Missile. Missile.